Welcome one and all.
I'm Ma.
And I'm Pa.
Welcome to our channel.
So what you got for us today, Ma?
Well, today it looks like we've got some folks who aren't content with garden variety revenge. They're looking for nuclear revenge. Threaten my friend with revenge corn? I'll ruin your life. My very good friend made some slightly dumb mistakes and sent some pictures to someone that she reasonably thought she could trust. I don't think you can trust those kind of pictures to anyone, but anyway. But not knowing much more than his first name, his screen name, and roughly where he lived and the type of work he did.
Wow. Yeah, that just screams out, trust me all day, baby.
Yeah. He is not in our country, but had indicated that he would be traveling for work near us shortly, and they had made some plans to meet up. And when she got some red flags and backed out, the dude threatened to publish these pictures online.
Oh, he sounds like he's such a charmer.
Yeah. I am, incidentally, an attorney. So, some searching later and gathering up any pictures he sent of him to her that could possibly identify him, his online handle led me to a TikTok page, which led me to an Instagram page with his name on it. That led to a LinkedIn page with his place of work that matched a picture he sent with a branded polo he was wearing. Oh, he's such a smart fella. Some more searches got me the email of the CEO, VP of HR, operations manager, and public relations manager. I think he's an awesome attorney to have in your back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I just fired off an email on behalf of my client of the screenshots of his threatening revenge corn, snippets of the conversation showing that username while he sent that exact picture of him wearing his company's branded apparel, links to how I know it's him, along with pictures he sent her of his motorcycle with a license plate showing as further proof it is him. I also included screenshots of him discussing a workplace incident that were time-stamped, along with pieces of dialogue discussing how he had fun with an ex at his place of work and discussing plans to have fun with her in his office as well. I also included a picture he had sent her showing his work laptop with his entire Outlook calendar, along with proprietary information, which he sent to prove he was busy, along with other pictures he took of his workplace with non-consenting employees. Wow, he really is a winner. I further informed his employer that I will be forwarding all of this information to local law enforcement, that would be his local law enforcement, and since he had indicated that he would be traveling to the United States soon, will also forward this to the local office of the Federal Bureau of Investigations,
The FBI.
as since my client is a U.S. citizen on U.S. soil, these threats constitute a federal crime. He really is a smart fellow. So that should they continue with his employment and continue with their plans to send him to the United States for work, I will ensure on behalf of my client that federal law enforcement is waiting for him on arrival, which I will do as one of the assistant U.S. attorneys for this region is a law school buddy of mine. Since I have his license plate number, I know where he lives and will be contacting his local authorities tomorrow. You dumb guy, thinking you were hiding around anonymity, thinking you could threaten my friend. It took me 45 minutes to destroy your life. Update. He's been fired. So with now definitive proof that the individual in the online conversation is in fact this person, will forward it all to the local authorities in his country, along with his license plate number. They're more than capable of getting his home address.
Wow. It must be nice to have friends that can actually do stuff for you. My friends can't do nothing for me. Heck, most of them, if I ran out of gas money, they wouldn't even have enough to loan me $10 still payday. Do you have any comments?
Yes, there's one. I feel like those fans at the end of the Truman Show, clapping, hugging each other, splashing bath bubbles all around. I blew up a romance scammer's life. This one is fresh and still unfolding, but it's already hit an explosive level. Some details are intentionally vague. For context, I'm a woman in my 30s with a reasonably good corporate type job in a field with lots of room for growth, and I'm recently back into the dating scene after a decade of being away. I'm kind of a would-be a 10 if she lost 30 pounds looking girl, beautiful face, if a bit chubby, but I never have issues getting a date. Laugh. I'm not well off, but I'm stable and have a bit of spending money. I live in a large multicultural city, and my ex was an immigrant, so I'm open to dating people of any origin.
Good policy.
If it wasn't abundantly clear, this bit about my appearance is a joke and only speaks to his failure to select an appropriate victim. I don't care what people think about how I look. What happened? Well, a few weeks ago, I met a very charming man from a Latin American country, only a few years younger than me. He seemed very sweet, cuddly, intelligent, family-oriented, emotionally available, educated, and in a good profession back home in his country, and had a lot in common with me. Chemistry seemed amazing inside and outside the bedroom. He was honest that he was in my country on a tourist visa, but hoping to stay. I made it clear I wouldn't be able to help him with that, but we'd have a fun summer fling while he was here. If he managed to stay or come back, only then would we consider a real relationship. Then the other shoe dropped. A couple of weeks and 4 dates in, during a text conversation about my work, he asked me to be his sugar mommy. I initially laughed and assumed it was a joke. He kept pushing and clearly said it wasn't. Of course, feeling slightly insulted by this, and who wouldn't be, I went off on him. He maintained it as a serious ask until I hit a nerve with my complaints about how embarrassed he should be to ask me that. Then he got angry and insulted me for thinking he was serious about it. No apology for being hurtful to me. Wow. Obviously, what I did next was take screenshots and cry about it to my closest friends. I was hurt that I was fooled into thinking he liked me and that he thought I needed to pay for a man.
Yeah, he sounds like he's incredibly classy.
Mm-hmm. My friends started the fuse on what happened next. One of my friends started snooping more on his online presence. Together, we found about 6 different Instagram accounts that were him using different variations of his name and different photos of himself, all uploaded in batches. On Facebook, we found a similar pattern, all very scammy and suspicious looking. He'd been foolish enough on one of his profiles, though, to follow and tag the employer that he was working for illegally on his tourist visa in my country. Oh, lovely. So I contacted another close friend in a local law enforcement agency that works with immigration. She looked up his file. He had a wife and daughter at home. Ooh.
Wow.
I released the hounds after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said something about nuclear earlier, didn't we? The friend who helped me investigate online made several group chats on multiple platforms with all of his family, immediate and extended, and friends. She released all the screenshots as well as a rant about how shameful it was. As they started blocking her, she added more people. I found his sister's phone number. She sent her messages on there as well. Everyone he knows, including his wife, knows he's unfaithful and trying to take advantage of women. 30 minutes after the online bombardment started, I got a rude message from him about how I should be smart enough to know he was joking and he doesn't need to sell himself. I didn't reply. Next step, online immigration reporting form with all the info we found. Work info, employer name and address, his home address, full name, date of birth, photos, screenshots admitting to working. Oh yeah, they said something about illegally working on his work visa.
Yep.
Usually these reports take months to be reviewed, if at all. But I gave the file number to my law enforcement friend. 2 days later, law enforcement officers visited him at home. They found him with the phone number that was issued to a local resident. All his roommates also had numbers issued to the same person. A direct link to their employer. He received a caution for trying to scam me, a no contact order, and a flag on his immigration file that, based on his country of origin, will likely mean he can never return, as well as a strict warning to not work without authorization. His roommates also received warnings. His employer received a visit next. They found significant proof that they'd been employing him illegally, as well as a multiple of other people. Their investigation is still ongoing, but so far they are likely to receive tens of thousands in fines or possible jail time. The guy is, sorry?
No, I was just going to say, I can believe it.
Mm-hmm. The guy isn't getting deported because the government would have to pay for it, and proceedings take longer than his remaining visa time. But he's now upgraded from a flag file to a multi-year ban on re-entry to my country. If he bothers me again, though, he will be deported as well. Hope he enjoys going back to his angry wife and the ridicule from everyone he meets. See ya again. Never.
Well, I really don't know what to say to that. But my wife would probably like you to be able to tell what your secret is, because you've actually done something that no one else has ever been able to do. You left me speechless. Wow. Talk about her has no fury like a woman scorned. Especially like that comment about enjoying his angry wife,
Yeah,
which
really.
is not enjoyment at all. Take it from me, happy wife, happy life. But you mentioned a happy husband, people just kind of go, huh?
Aww.
Anyway, do we have any other comments?
One short one. Wow, remind me never to pee you off.
Well, I think that's enough revenge for one day. How about you, honey?
Yeah, I think that's enough for now as well. And if you enjoyed that story, please feel free to hit like and subscribe.
Yep, that'll really help our channel out. And if you have any comments, you want to tell us how we're doing, any improvements you want to see us make, suggested comments, or just tell us what you thought of these stories. By all means, our comments are always open.
Thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you soon.
See ya.